Okay, my dear students of LLM Part 2. Okay, today's topic is defamation in law of tort. What is defamation? Defamation is an injury to a man's reputation. The right to reputation is an absolute right in rem. So, a man's reputation is deemed as his property, and if anyone touch the reputation of another at his peril, then such person is said to have committed the wrong of defamation. Professor Winfield says that defamation is the publication of a statement which reflects on a person's reputation and tends to lower him in society. So, according to the provisions of jurisprudence, a man's reputation, right to reputation, is his property. And if anyone has committed a wrong, has committed an injury to a man's reputation, then it is said that such person has committed defamation. So, defamation is equal to an injury to a man's reputation. A man's reputation is a property of a person. Very simply, very simple. So, an injury to a man's reputation amounts to defamation. Another jurist, Samond, has pointed out that defamation is the publication of a false and defamatory statement in respect of a person without any lawful justification. Thus, a defamatory statement differs from mere insult, and the test of the defamatory nature of a statement is its tendency to excite against the plaintiff the adverse opinions or feelings of other persons. So, what Professor Samond says? There is a difference between insult and defamation. What is the difference between insult and defamation? In case of defamation, there is a creation of excitement to lower the reputation of a person. There is a tendency to lower the reputation of a person. And obviously, there is a creation of adverse feelings amongst the other members of the society. In case of defamation, there is a creation of adverse feelings. For example, suppose you are a gentleman, you are walking on the road. So, obviously, jurisprudentially, you have a right to reputation. And if Mr. Y says to you, you are a nonsense, you are a scoundrel, in front of Mr. A, it will amount defamation. Why? Because the statement, publication of the statement has created an injury to your reputation. And obviously, there is a creation of adverse feelings amongst the other people. Okay. In a civil action for defamation, intention of the defendant is immaterial and the civil remedy is available in an action of tort. But in case of criminal defamation, intention, bad intention of the defendant is must. Yes. What is the difference between civil defamation and criminal defamation? Just to see section 499 of the Indian Penal Code, criminal defamation, where malice or bad intention is a must. But in case of civil defamation, intention is not mandatory. Under English law, the wrong of defamation may take either of two forms. One is all we know libel, it's a permanent form, and another is the slander, the transitory or temporary form. It is slander when it is made in some transitory form, such as by words of mouth, gestures, or sounds, etc., etc. But it will be defined as a libel when defamatory statement is made in some permanent form, such as writing, painting, caricature, etc., etc. Professor Pollock rightly says libel is a written defamation and slander is a spoken defamation. Libel is a criminal wrong and slander is a civil wrong. But libel may be both civil and criminal wrong. So, what is the classification of defamation? Defamation may be categorized in two forms. One is the temporary form. If you say to Mr. X that you are a scoundrel, you are a nonsense. So, your words of your mouth makes a transitory form, temporary form. It is not permanent. Judith says these are slander. But in case of libel, it is a permanent form. In case of it is published, for example, if you have drawn a cartoon, it's a permanent form.